2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight's game held at Amway Center. It's the Orlando Magic going up against the Phoenix Suns. And guys, for the Suns, their goal tonight is to play with the same type of effort at both ends of the court. They can't afford to let up at the defensive end, and that's a message I'm sure has been communicated to them in the locker room. Guys, Devin Booker, even in his rookie season, you saw something special with the way he can score the ball, and he just keeps on getting better. Can he be the top scoring two guard at some point in his career?
Top scoring, yes. The top overall two guard, two-way player. I think he has the ability to score, and we've seen that early in his career. Now his anticipation on the defensive end and his aggressiveness on the defensive end, if that increases, he has a chance to be the best two guard in 5 years.
And I agree with you, Kenny, and he's already a problem to defend without doubling. This kid can flat out play.
And with that, just about time for tip. We'll see you later.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We are in Orlando, Florida, as the Magic are about to go into this interconference contest right here. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. And before the game gets underway, let's go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Earl Watson. David.
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an outstanding effort from his players at the defensive end to come out on top. Let's see if that's the effort they get. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Battle of upstarts tonight. Both teams want to win, but also want to develop young talent. Brent, at this stage, is one goal more important than the other?
Yeah, I think development is first and foremost for each of these teams, Kevin. And sometimes you can learn more from losing than you can from winning. I was always told as a player growing up, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. The team right here with developing young talent needs to make sure that they adhere to that.
So Phoenix will get the first possession. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Suns, Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Jackson is out there with Chris, and it's Bledsoe in at the point. Drills it from outside.
Coaching staff has to like that ball movement, and it began with Bledsoe.
Out left to the wing. Here's Isaac. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Isaac's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the three-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
They get it again.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
Payton kicks to Vucevic. Back to Payton. There's the pick. Pass to Isaac. Goes up off the pick, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And really impressed with the aggressive nature of Isaac. He takes charge whenever he is driving with that kind of force to the rim.
Payton outside. Here's Isaac. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Jackson. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Lobbed up there for Booker, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
On defense, the Magic takes the 13-footer. Warren, good. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
Hard to imagine a team playing faster than Houston or Golden State, but the Suns actually do that. They push the pace. Phoenix, the second highest paced team in the league last season. This team, like many other Suns teams, wants to get out and run up and down, use those young legs to find scoring opportunities.
Now, here's Warren. Following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Warren, the pass to Bledsoe. Booker outside from 20 feet out. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. And Brent, talking about pace and the Suns, of course, they're great teams in the 7 seconds or less here. What was it like playing against that kind of team?
No, it was incredible. Just to watch Steve Nash operate in the pick and roll like a surgeon. Anytime you gave up something on the weak side or were 2 or 4 feet away from a spot on the floor you needed to be, Steve would take advantage of that, and Amari Stoudemire would be dunking on your head. Not all that fun. But guess what, Kevin? We did end up beating him.
Jackson misses. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Pass to Isaac. Orlando moving the ball around. And Vucevic kicks to Gordon. There's the 3. The shot by Payton, no good. The Suns have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Booker outside. Again, the miss by Booker. And for the Magic, they're shooting to start out this game about 43%. Booker against Fournier, and stolen by Booker. The shot by Bledsoe, nobody around. True on the 14-footer. Bledsoe's got his first 2 points of the night.
Booker finding the open man that time, trying to get his teammates going.
Pick by Vucevic. In the corner, it's Gordon. Pass to Isaac. Puts it up. And that one goes long. The Suns leading, and out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. So for the Magic, Yambo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Terrence Ross comes in for Isaac, and Mario Hezonja subbed in for Fournier. And the Suns here with a different look. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Marquise Chris. Dudley comes in for T.J. Warren. Brandon Knight, he's checked in for Booker. And Tyler Hugh is subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Here's Hezonja. Payton outside. Gordon a screen. Here's Hezonja. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got 4 assists now tonight.
Some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Now, here's Ulis. The dish to Jackson. And the basket is good.
Yeah, he's like a surgeon down low operating in the paint. He is incredibly effective there.
It's tipped, and it's out of bounds for the Magic as Orlando will retain possession. The Magic making a switch here. Simmons is checked in, and a change for the Suns. Lenz checked in for Jackson. They set the pick. Here's Hezonja. No good with the triple. The Suns have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. You know, Brent, the one thing we've seen from Coach Earl Watson is that he has a very good working relationship with his roster. His players have always said they have the trust of their coach.
Well, that's the key buzzword for what it is that Earl Watson wants to do with this young ball club, is that he wants to grow as they grow, and he wants to know that at all times Earl Watson has their back. He wants them to have the kind of success in the league that is going to afford them everything that they want, and he never shies away about talking about those things.
Now, here's Ulis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Chandler outside. Chandler with the screen on Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. Biyombo with the block. Here's Ross. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Knight on the wing. All sorts of time. Buries the jump shot. Knight's got 5 now.
Well, Knight confident shooting it off the pass.
You can't get that one. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Suns lead by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
Boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense through one.
A nice game plan coming in, and right now sticking to it. It's a nice lead that they have.
Here's Simmons. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. Jared Dudley out there with Alex Len. Then there's Brandon Knight. Then it's Ulis, and it's Chandler in at the 5 down low. Now here's Ross, trailing by 4.
Well, I love when guys still use fundamentals to box out and rebound. He cleared his man out effectively on the box and then stepped towards the ball to grab it. This is where you want the shots to come from, deep inside the paint and high percentage opportunities. Well, after a strong season in 2016, Brandon Knight had a ton of trouble in 2017. His shot just wasn't there and playing time was inconsistent. Big drop in playing time. We'll see if this year he can find a role that he's more comfortable in.
3 on the clock for 3. Ross. He doesn't hit that one. The Suns go the other way with it. The baseline J. Here's Len. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Orlando Magic do have a stacked front court. They've got plenty of size. Head coach Frank Vogel said, in today's small ball NBA, we think we can beat the heck out of teams in the paint. But shooting has been a hindrance. He conceded might have to win some games, 68-65. Kevin?
Going against the grain, DA. Thank you. And for Knight in his struggles last year, Brent, the ball just wasn't dropping in for him as it usually does.
Yeah, tough to overcome some things maybe mentally, especially for Brandon Knight, who in his first few seasons basically was a starter. Ended up coming down to Phoenix and just 5 starts last year in the campaign. So mentally, maybe this offseason more important than what he does physically, Kevin.
There's Ulis after the Magic pick up 2. They get it back. Len, a screen. Back to Knight. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Tries again. Len dishes to Ulis. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And over the past decade, we've seen the creation of several super teams. How hard is it to manage the various egos and make sure the touches are the same, or at least they understand why the touches are being doled out the way they are?
I think the teams that have great management and great coaches that are in touch with these guys, Kevin, understand what type of player are you getting, doing your homework and understanding, are these guys at a situation in their careers where they're still needing to prove something, or are they ready to get down to the business of winning? If it's about winning, that ego goes out the door.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
Nashville going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Biyombo. Isaac comes in for Gordon. Evan Fournier's checked in for Mario Hezonja. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Jonathan Simmons. Now here's Booker. 5 points in the game. They set the pick. Bledsoe against Fournier. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws.
Bledsoe going to the inside has no problem at his size getting in and drawing contact.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
The first free throw is good.
Think about Eric Bledsoe in the early part of his career as an understudy to Chris Paul out of college, learning from both him and Chauncey Billups. That ain't bad. Didn't come into his own until he was finally traded and became a full-time starter.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And with Bledsoe, you hear him talk about getting traded, and it was a big moment for him in his career.
Sometimes you need a change of scenery, Kevin, and then other times teams tell you here comes a change of scenery. But Eric Bledsoe has shown under the tutelage of Chris Paul in the early part of his career in Los Angeles that he's ready to head up a franchise.
Vucevic. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Vucevic has got his second basket of the game.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Up top, Bledsoe, covered by Payton. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. And Brent, over the course of the last few seasons, we've seen Bledsoe move into more of a playmaking role.
Well, I think at the point guard position, you need to be a vocal leader. That's something that the coaching staff has continued and encouraged him to do. There's a lot of young players around him, and sometimes that guidance can help you be a little more consistent throughout the course of a 48-minute game.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe.
And Bledsoe, man, such a good, efficient combo guard. He can score, he can pass, he can rebound. What a tough cover.
He doesn't get the second one.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Payton outside. There's the pick. Fires from deep. And it's Eric Bledsoe with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Warren, good.
Eric Bledsoe concentrating right now on dishing it out, trying to find some of his open teammates.
Here's Payton, following the basket by T.J. Warren. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Cross on the wing. There's the three. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Here's Payton. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pass to Fournier. Here's Vucevic. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
There's a screen by Chris. Bledsoe kicks to Booker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3 from Warren. Not this time. His first miss in 3 attempts from the field. Payton with the ball. Now defended by Warren. Pass to Isaac. He kicks it to Ross. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Puts it up from 12. Another miss by Vucevic. Suns leading by 3. Booker the pass to Warren. On the wing, Booker. He's guarded by Fournier. Shot off the pick. No good from Booker.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
Ross dishes to Payton. And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. And the shot is good. Vucevic has got 4 this quarter. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. The Suns on top, leading by just 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
I think they let the game come to them, but they haven't got to the foul line enough, Ernie. That's an area where they're getting beat. I like to see them press to action a little bit more.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Orlando trailing here. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Payton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. And it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. The Suns shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Warren kicks to Bledsoe. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Bledsoe outside. He dishes it to Booker. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Booker's got the first field goal of the second half for the Suns. The Magic trail by 4. And more, it's looking like Devin Booker, the 13th pick in the 2015 draft, is going to be one of the biggest steals of that draft class.
And he's one that all GMs are looking at, and they wish they could have a redo. I mean, Booker was very young when he entered the draft, and some teams maybe shied away from that. But clearly he's shown that he could be one of the best players in that class.
Here's Booker. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Booker the pass to Chris. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Pick by Vucevic. Payton kicks to Vucevic. It doesn't go for him. Suns leading by 5. For 3, Booker, another 3 for Phoenix.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Orlando, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Payton kicks to Vucevic over Chris, and it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Payton. And that's now 10 points for Vucevic. And it's Chris in the corner from beyond the arc. And no good. And Orlando will come the other way. kicks to Payton. Here's Vucevic. There's the pass to Fournier. Here's Isaac. From outside, off the mark. Phoenix has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. No good from Booker. The Magic trail by 6. Payton outside. He feeds it to Vucevic. Gordon a screen. Here's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Gordon with a screen on Jackson. Count that one from Isaac. Now it's just a 3-point Suns lead.
And you just can't let Isaac get that much room to shoot it from deep. He's a very consistent three-point shooter with a fluid shooting form.
Phoenix calls timeout. And Brent, so often we talk about star power in the NBA. Who are some of the guys flying under the radar that could soon become that star power, that household name?
Well, I think Indiana has an opportunity to hold on to a good one in Miles Turner, a center that just spent 1 year in college, has shown some signs of rapid improvement, and being in Indiana as a 5-man that can step out, shoot the mid-range jump shot, finish at the rim, handle the basketball. He is definitely a guy I have my eye on as taking the next step and being a star in this league.
So for the Magic, Biyombo is checked in for Vucevic. Mario Hezonja comes in for Isaac. And Simmons subbed in for Evan Fournier. Now here's Ulis. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Knight on the wing. Guarded by Simmons. Len with a screen on Simmons. Knight. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And the Suns lead by 5.
Always got to stay on Knight. He's crafty at using the pick and roll to his advantage.
Hezonja kicks to Gordon. They set the pick. Lob pass to Gordon. Len grabs the board. Len's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Pass to Knight. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Len a screen. Off the pick. Again the miss by Knight. The Magic trail by 5. Here's Simmons. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Now here's Len over Gordon. And that one comes up a bit short.
And Elfrid Payton, the 10th pick back in that 2014 draft. And remember, the Magic looked at him as their point guard of the future. And last season, at times, he was coming off the bench. And it's been about that lack of progress as a shooter that I think is the biggest concern with this team.
Here is Dudley. And here is Ulis. Len sets a screen for Ulis. Simmons pulls it in.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Simmons, a screen on Dudley. Here's Hezonja. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got his 4th rebound in this one. And for Elfrid Payton, shooting has always been his Achilles heel.
Yeah, as a defender, passer, penetrator, I think he's solid, but shooting has become so important in our league right now. He needs that perimeter shot to really have a chance to get to the next level. And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Well, tremendous focus with the bigger guy all over him. It speaks to the toughness he has down there.
Now here's Simmons. 5 points in the game. And the basket by Gordon. 23 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Ulis with it. Chandler a screen. Ulis kicks to Knight. And that comes off the assist by Ulis. And that's 10 points for Brandon Knight.
Gotta appreciate seeing Knight trying to improve his three-point shooting. He needs to be sharp from the outside.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. Back right after this. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
Shrink the floor. When you're on the ball or closing out, close out faster. Okay, take away their airspace and then contain their drive.
And that's the catch-22 there. Frank Vogel wanting better perimeter defense, but also wanting to limit forays to the hoop.
Yeah, and it takes tremendous discipline to do that. Don't leave your feet, don't reach, and everyone help each other defensively.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. On the court for the Suns, Chris and Chandler are up front. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. And it's Bledsoe in at the 1 spot. Now here's Simmons. Takes the 13-footer. And it's Vucevic missing.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
There's Chris. A three-pointer is right on target. Chris has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Phoenix. Picked by Vucevic. And Simmons kicks to Vucevic. Pass to Hazanya. Charity stripe shot, and he hits the jump shot.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
Now here's Bledsoe. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. 6 to shoot. Again, Phoenix.
Bledsoe felt really good on that one. A good shooter from the in-between areas.
Hazonia kicks to Ross. Vucevic up top. Feeds it to Simmons. Warren against Ross. It's deflected. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Hazania's shot is off.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now. A bit out of rhythm.
Bledsoe with it. Now guarded by Simmons. And it's Chris in the corner. Bledsoe kicks to Booker. There's a screen by Chris. A three from Warren. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 4 assists in the game.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball. Very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
Fournier is checked in for Jonathan Simmons. And Phoenix also making a switch. Jackson's checked in. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He told the guys it's time to turn it up a little and make a push. We've worked too hard to come away empty-handed. Let's put this thing away. Kevin, you see it when he played
And Warren last season had his year interrupted by injury, cooled off after the fast start, but Greg, he will always play with that activity.
Yeah, and he's so good at switching directions on a defender. Seemingly simple moves help him create great space both with and without the ball.
Here is Ross after Josh Jackson's bucket. It's Fournier on the wing. Dishes it to Ross. Picked by Vucevic. Here's Azania. Phoenix grabs the miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two.
Love how Bledsoe's forcing the issue, not bashful about throwing that athletic build around on an NBA floor.
Well, watching T.J. Warren, you see a player who is always in control of every small action he makes on the floor.
Well, I think starting basketball games for T.J. Warren last year was a huge confidence builder. In his first 2 seasons, just 5 starts, but last year in his campaign, 59. He seemed to keep growing and growing in terms of that confidence that we're talking about, and then his ability to score started to blossom.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe for the Magic. Gordon's checked in for Biyombo. Isaac comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's Payton in for Mario Hezonja. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both.
And since Dwight Howard back in 2012, the rebuild effort just has languished here in Orlando, unable really to draft any superstar talent. And last season, trades for veteran talent didn't really move the needle either.
From the baseline, and it's Vucevic missing. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
And Bledsoe, here we go. Rebounded by Vucevic. And Greg, when you look at the Magic, do you see a plan or a roadmap here?
Well, you look at that trade for Serge Ibaka going into last season, and that was probably a sign that ownership was growing impatient. They wanted to cash in their chips and really go for it. And now they might need a rebuild from that rebuild.
Right. How about Chris using a little bit of muscle to get his way, fighting through the contact that time?
That's good from Chris. You were known for a lot of stuff. Great passing was one of them. Also known as an exceptional shooter. Of all the guys you played with, who is the best at setting you up for a score?
Wow, I think my years playing alongside Gary Payton in Seattle, he drew so much attention, Kevin, with his ability in transition, of course, that patented spin move of his, and then his great ability as a 6'4" guard to post up, especially on that left block, drew a lot of double teams, and that opens up shooters on the weak side. That's where I happen to be.
All the great point guards see the floor so well. They know where everybody is, don't they, Brett?
And the best ones, Kevin, you're right. The best ones are the ones willing to pitch the ball ahead. That's when you really have something special.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Suns.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Devin Booker.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
Now Payton, after Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. Payton kicks to Gordon. Here's Isaac. Now the feed to Vucevic. Chris with the rebound.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Booker dishes to Bledsoe. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Vucevic. Gordon the pass to Payton. Here's Isaac. The dish now to Gordon. The three. But they'll get another chance. Pass to Isaac. At the top of the key, Gordon. Payton outside. Picked by Vucevic. So it's the Suns winning easily here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. Brandon, congrats on the win. What did you guys do that contributed to it?
We just stayed focused. You know, today we were able to continue to, try to stick to our game plan, get stops, and, just continue to crash the boards. We were able to stay to, true to what we practice and, what we believe in.
Brandon, great win tonight. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.